Okay, welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna talk about the danger of not going out. What are the consequences you will face if you keep not prioritizing going out, if you just staying at home, working from home, but don't really interact with people and prioritize your social life. It's very important that you become aware of these things. This can lead to a lot of bad things happening in your life. So if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. I make you videos on these topics each week, and then you will know when there's new videos for you. My name is Mullis, and I help people how to improve their social life and creating meaningful friendships you can share your life with. So if these things interest you, then make sure to like this video and subscribe. Okay, so let's jump right into it. I hear it a lot when I talk with people on the phone and they haven't been social for a very long time. Sometimes it's even decades, sometimes it's 5 years, but no matter what, it's a very long time, and it's very dangerous to keep going like that, because what you're really doing is you make it way more harder than it should be. Maybe you've only been social in school, and once you got your job and you became adult, then your old friendships drifted apart. Things happen, you became adult, you got busy with your career and other stuff. And if you haven't prioritized having a social life and meeting people, then it can be very overwhelming to put yourself out there in the first place. And then you just postpone it by saying stuff like, I don't have time, it's difficult these days with the pandemic and all. But it's only excuses. It's excuses because you feel it's uncomfortable, and it becomes more uncomfortable the more you wait. So it's so important that you at least try to be social once in a while. Otherwise, it just becomes a downward spiral where you're putting so much social pressure on yourself that you can't even do it. And that is maybe also the reason why you have postponed it, you being out with friends and meeting new people, because it feels uncomfortable, right? And you're not used to talk to people, you're not used to be around people, so you might think, if I put myself out there, I will just be that awkward person who sits in the corner and don't say anything. And if you haven't trained your social skills and talk with people, then most likely, that's maybe what's stopping you from going out, because you worry what other people think of you. You worry that it will be awkward, and that people will judge you. And it's very difficult to break free from that pattern, but you need to get out of the house and being social in the environments you go to just a little bit, so you train that social muscle, building social habits of you actually talking to people. Because if you don't do that, then when there comes a great opportunity, then you will bail out. You might not even want to go, or you want to go, but then you bail out when the event comes. And this will just continue all your life, and you will be more and more isolated, you will be more and more depressed. So it's so difficult to break free from that. With the internet and social media and our phones and everything is online these days, it's so important that you interact with people, because we become less social. That's just the way it is, because the technology is there, and that's great. We can do a lot of things from our home with just using the internet and Wi-Fi. That's great, but it's also very dangerous for you if you don't go out and interact with people, because then you forget what it is, you forget how it is, and you forget how to read social cues, how to be social and understand how other people are feeling in the interaction. So that's very important that you work on these things. At the end of the day, you need to baby step it, because you don't need to go too harsh on yourself and want to be social with everyone and talk with a lot of people, because then you will not be able to make it. So simply small talk and talk with people you meet in your environment already is a great way to start. By the way, if you haven't done already, I highly recommend you go follow me on Instagram, because on there I'll give you tips and ideas as well, how you can be social and meet new people and building these habits of interacting with people. These are so important skills to learn and maintain. That's how you get your job, that's how you get your girlfriend, that's how you get everything. It's through interaction with people. And the better you are at networking with people and socializing with people, the more doors are open for you. This is just facts. So you need to keep working on these things, and it's a great way for you to get in touch with me. So go follow me on Instagram. You're probably having your phone in your hands anyways. What you need to do is you need to cut out Netflix. You need to cut out watching TV. Not all of it, but instead of watching another episode on Netflix or stuff like that, ask yourself, could you do something different? Could you maybe go for a walk, sit in a coffee shop, and simply being around people, be used to be around people. It's small tweaks like this that will give you the habits of being social, and this will help you in the long run. And these are things you might not be doing at the moment, and if you're doing, then you should take it to the next level and starting small talking with people to get to know them. These are things everyone can learn if you want to. It's very important that you work on these things, otherwise the distance between you and other people will just become bigger and bigger, and at some point you don't want to go out ever. You maybe want to go out, but you feel it's just too big of a step. That's why it's so important you need to work on these things. And you can also baby step it and start online and connecting with people online from Facebook groups, or there's apps for this where you can go and find people and build small relationships. These are things you could do if you think it's too much of a step for you to go out and meet people in person. Meeting people online is perfectly normal. I've done it a lot of times and it's very normal. Don't be afraid of building online connections you can become friends with, because it's small things like these things that will help you in the end. So I'm standing here on the beach on Mallorca. I'm traveling with my friend and we just needed to get out of here. And you know, there's so many restrictions. Where can you even travel in these days? But we find a solution and we got here, and it's perfect because sometimes you also need to just break free from your patterns. What are your habits, your daily habits? Are you just going in loops and doing the same thing over and over again? It's really bad, because then you don't go out of your way, out of your comfort zone to experience new things. And that's what it's all about. So you get used to be exposed for uncomfortable situations. That's the stuff you're gonna grow from. These are the things that might happen to you if you keep going like this, if you don't train that social muscle and talking with people. And you also got less invitations from your old friends, because you will be known as that antisocial person who don't want to hang out with people. So you're closing so many doors for yourself. And why? Why would you that? Work on these things and developing meaningful friendships. Friendships you can share your life with. Friendships you can go on trips with. Friendships you can simply go on a beach with, go grab a drink or do some sport activities or whatever you're into. It's so important that you have these things, because these are the things you're gonna regret 30, 40 years from now. That's what people are saying on their deathbed. They're saying they regret they didn't go more for their goals. They regret they stayed too much in the comfort zone, that they didn't express their feelings and building meaningful connections and friendships with people. So you need to work on these things, and if you feel lost, you don't know what are the necessary steps for you to take, then I'll invite you to book a free consultation call with me in 3 simple steps. Step number 1 is you click the link in the description. That will bring you to a page. Step number 2 is you watch the free training video. I think it's 5-7 minutes long. Step number 3 is you click the application form and book a free consultation call. Thanks for watching this video, and if you watch this video until the end, there's a part of you that can resonate with these points, and if you want to change that, then book the free consultation call today and maybe talk very soon.
Hello, my name is Fadil. I used to have social anxiety. I used to fear talking to people. I was a very isolated person, very introvert. At some point, I said to myself that I need to change. I saw that I'm missing a lot of opportunity, because when you know the right people, usually your life change. But I didn't know how to reach this goal. I came across Jacob, and he explained to me the program and how it's works. It's a program about making people more social. After the first few sessions, he explained to me the limiting belief and how it's that affect me to approach people. And it was an eye-opener for me. And because of COVID, I couldn't go out, so I was practicing texting people. And after the country opened up, I practiced going and talking to strangers. After a while, I became good at it, and it was fun and engaging experience when you see strangers smile at you. And now I'm at a point where I have a group that I'm attending to. I can talk to stranger easily, and I see my life is becoming so much better. Every day is becoming a more interesting and more fun day than before. Talking to people, making them smile, giving them value, all of these make your life better. Thank you.